It's a pleasure to have you on this week's edition of The Link. We continue to bring you information you can use, and we are happy to have our sponsors of The Link this week. Stanchart Bank, they're our new sponsors for The Link, and they're supporting us to make sure you have information you can use in your business. And tonight, Stanchart will speak to us about digital banking, or I can't say digitalisation, okay, in the space of doing business. And my guest tonight is Mr. Moses Rutahigwa, who is the head of consumer, private and business banking. Moses, welcome.
Thank you so much, and good evening all our viewers, and it's a pleasure to be here on NTV.
Very well. Moses, if I was doing business today, I have the usual branch, I visit the branch, brick and mortar. But now, like with Stanchart, you have the digital option.
Yes.
Now, some of my customers are still believing in using brick and mortar, going to pay me in the bank, and I'm saying, no, what about the digital? So how do I thrive in that space where customers are not, everyone's not coming with me, and how do I transition most of my customers to appreciate digital? It's such an issue.
Thank you so much, Samuel, and I think in your question you focused on the customer. And I think everything begins and ends with the customer. The customer defines what we do, and whatever we do is for the customer.
True.
So the first thing is to understand your customer. Who is your customer, your target customer? In this case, if you're a bank, like a Standard Chartered Bank, we know who are our customers, we understand what they do, we understand what preferences they have, and in a business that you do, you understand your customer first. Because if you understand your customer, then you know what your how to solution for your customer.
Link number one, understand the customer.
Understand the customer. After understanding the customer, then determine what points do they give you, their behavior, because the customer behavior then determines which channel they will prefer to go and how you move them. Now, technology, or you call it digitization, or it has many forms, has enabled us to serve that customer in different forms.
Okay.
And either we can serve them in a brick and mortar or serve them online.
Yeah.
Now, each of them has some advantages, but in the last possibly 2 years, we've seen more advantages on serving this customer online.
Yeah.
To move the customer, you've got to first understand them, and then number two, be able then to develop the solutions that link to what the customer tells you. Please, you have to understand the current needs of the customer and the future needs. Because the future needs then will determine how you move them from one channel to another. If you're a trader in Chikuba and you have a shop and you know your customers have been walking in and they can no longer walk downtown, then follow the customer. Wherever the customer goes, follow them and provide those solutions for them. So the transition begins with the customer and ends with the customer.
Okay, and you said very important, just to illustrate there, Moses. On the weekend I was traveling, and trust me, I had no cash in my wallet, but I had money on the phone, and I was okay. I reached a petrol station, put fuel for 50, and told the guy, merchant number.
Exactly.
But the other day I went to another one and said, we don't have a merchant number, and I was like, wow, in this day and age. So I get what you mean.
Exactly.
Very well. Digital banking is being promoted, especially by Stanchart, really as perceived.
Thank you.
And I'm a customer of Stanchart. What advantage does it create for my business? And what are the realities to deal with in transitioning? I'm sure it's not just a switch.
Exactly. First of all, thank you for being our customer. It is something that we don't take for granted because that vote of confidence that you give unto us, and even those who could be viewing us who may be our customers, we've got to thank them. This month of October, we're thanking customers for banking with us. So thank you so much. The biggest area that we believe that as a customer, what you benefit from having a bank that serves you digitally, number one is convenience.
Okay.
Because convenience, to be able to do your transaction wherever you are, when you're moving, you're sure I have my card, I have my phone, I can go wherever I am. Even if those two are around, you're not around, you still have other options how you can reach us and we can support you. But the second thing is that because we are serving you digitally, then and it's easier for us to serve you and onboard you, then we give you benefits, either maybe possibly cheaper options for accounts, also to be able to develop solutions for you at different intervals, because the digital enables us to serve you in a much cheaper way. How to transition you, we've got to focus on education. I think education is very important because we need to be comfortable, to be secure on that platform, in times we're in today, security becomes very important.
Yes.
And even for any business you could be in, this being the business link, if you have a customer and you move them to a platform, you've got to follow them and monitor their experience and the behavior there. So as a bank, we believe that by educating you is very important. Number two, by providing you secure solutions in many ways to ensure that whatever you do, maybe you put in like 3-4 checks before we do a transaction.
Yeah.
That's why you have an app, you have, maybe you can log into anything using fingerprint. We'll not even put facial recognition, but maybe we'll add in a one-time password in case you want to do transaction. And then in the back end, we can even monitor what transactions you're doing. All these are aimed to protect you. So education and security become very important as you transition any customer from the channel you've been having to another, and how they can stay there better.
Let me hang on that point, Moses. The bank is trying to provide digital solutions for me, the business person. Now you sought me.
Yes.
How can you link me with my customer? Because you kind of sit in the middle. Say they are paying me. How do your solutions help me in fact bring the customer, my customer, more in transition?
And the beauty with Standard Chartered Bank, we are available in over 59 countries. First of all, we enable our customers who are global to be able to view their accounts in different countries.
All right.
So you can know if you have an account in Dubai, you have an account in the UK, you're able to view it from here. And then we're able to make those payments at an instant. For example, if you're paying somebody in the UK, by click of a button, within seconds, that customer will have what? The funds.
Sure.
Because we've made it available through our peer-to-peer payments. And the same we've done with M-Pesa, the same we've done with some countries, and we'll continue to open up more gateways. So we'll link you to different countries and different suppliers in different countries. But number two, we also then enable you to be able to pay your suppliers who bank with us, or even another banks, at a much simpler way.
Okay.
So instead of you carrying money from one bank to another, by simply clicking a transfer and you continue doing your business, that time is reserved to do more in your business. Okay. So we believe digital enables you to do more with for your business, much faster, and actually the efficiency comes to you more as a customer because it's easier for you to be able to do banking as much as possible. One
point before we leave this issue, Moses, hardware. You provide me solutions. What hardware do I need to update? What realities now? Do I need to employ more hardware? Give me some advice.
Of course, it's good to have the biggest item with digitization is it moves off a computer with you've got to have a gadget. But some customers, and those who could be watching us right now, they have very good smartphones, which can do a lot. And for customers who are in business, our Straight Bank, we even brought it into an app, and we've made tokens now to come through the app, which means that actually you can afford to do on your phone alone. You can afford to do transactions from there from different suppliers. So the first thing that you already have a gadget that you could be using that can do already many things. Okay. If you want to enable your office or your business, buying a simple computer, modest computer that has give it a simple internet. I know there's some challenges in our markets because of internet, because of cost of internet, but I would believe with simple internet solution, and then the rest will be able to follow from there. So you don't have to buy a whole set of gadgets to be able to do servers to do digital. That's why we've done it for you. Okay. Simply have a simple computer, enable it with or a laptop or an iPad or a phone, and enable it with the right tools, and then be able to continue doing your banking.
Viewers, Moses says that you need to invest a little bit in the front end, a good phone, and a computer. And then you're done. That's digitalization. Now, telecoms and financial technology companies are competing with you. So in that mix, banks, telecoms, fintechs, for me as a business person or as a user, what does that portend for me?
I think the journey we've been on as financial services providers has been a growth journey. In the beginning, when we were looking at each other as competitors.
I noticed.
But in the long run, we became to discover actually we have more in common. Because even if you're a telecom company, you need a banker at the back end to support you.
Absolutely.
If you're a fintech, you need a bank at the back end to support you. And even me, if I want to do everything on my own, maybe I can build on the data from the telco, and the fintech can develop something easier for me.
Yes.
So what we've discovered actually that there's a lot more opportunity for partnerships. Why? Because in the banks, we have customers who banked for generations. We have data about those customers.
Yes.
The telecoms have significant masses of which they can be able to provide that data for something. And then fintechs have gone to be able to innovate in areas that maybe different sectors couldn't go to before.
Yeah.
And therefore, they have opened up a whole ecosystem between the banks, the telecom, and the users as well. So the biggest area is about partnerships. And as a bank, we've signed up a few partnerships in the market so far that we are already developing solutions under. And we've seen different banks come up with different solutions. The same with fintechs. So we believe that actually it's not competition. It is simply about complementing one another. So that we use the data available in the banks, in the fintechs, and in the telcos to develop a good solution for customers. Because when you look at each other, you will find that actually with those linkages, the user gets better benefit from us being able to bank, to be able to do a lot more together. The telco knows the customer, they know what you do in your mobile money.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fintech goes to the farmer, they know what the farmer is doing, they know where they buy the seedling. And then even us as a bank, we know how the customer links you to different countries. And that experience can become better. So partnership is the way to go for all different providers, and even insurance. As you wrote it out, you get it. It's a critical one as well, because so insurtechs, fintechs, telcos, and banks can work together to develop something better for consumers in our sectors.
I see the banks, including you, providing insurance cover. It used to be you go to the insurance, now you go to the bank, we do everything for you. Finally, in terms of digitization, I see that you have done kiosks and stuff like that. Give us the trajectory for Standard Chartered Bank, digitally speaking. What are we going to see next? I'm a customer now. I'm self-interested.
Thank you. I would say as a bank, we've been in this market for 109 years. Been in Uganda for 109 years, and we've been an evolution in this market. And to evolve, then we've come up with different solutions over time. But the major transformation has happened in the last 5-6 years. In 2015, we chose to take a step back and evaluate where the customers were going and began to prepare. And when COVID came in 2019, 2020, people were asking us, did Standard Chartered envision this? Because we were able to develop things that are able to have customers to be served wherever they are. So what we had to invest in were 3 major things. The first thing was to be able to have solutions that the customer can be able to access across different countries using our expertise. So we've been able to bank the customer over the different countries much easier. But to bring it home here, we focused on having the right systems, so you're sure we have the right systems. Then secondly, develop the onboarding and servicing journey. So we can onboard you digitally, we can serve you, put up to 70 services that you can do in the bank.
Very good.
Change your signature onto the platform. And then the next phase is now to begin to develop more solutions for you. Of course, we've had to rationalize our network to link to your behavior.
I'm told 10 seconds.
10 seconds. So we've had to rationalize our network to link alongside with you. So in a way, we've been able to go with you across the journey. So what you could see ahead for Standard Chartered Bank is see more of innovation in many ways. We'll keep adding more solutions for you and be able to move with you wherever you go. You will be with us.
Okay, I will see, Moses, if you are going to do those things, but I believe you are going to do them. Viewers, this is our sponsor, Standard Chartered Bank, the sponsor of the link for the next few weeks, and they are here to share their digital experience. Come to us because we know what we're talking about, they say, and we're giving you that experience. I hope you benefited, and I hope you become more digitalized. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.